In this video, we will install the Brew package manager, Python 3.65, and set up virtual environments on the macOS. We start by browsing to brew.sh and copy over the script into our terminal. The script will then install the OS X command line tools, and you'll need to provide your credentials to macOS. The Brew script will then install, and once it finishes, we can then check that the current default Python version is 2.7, like so. In this video, we will be installing Python 3.6 from GitHub using this command, and I will leave the command in the description below. You could also install the latest Python 3.7 by invoking brew install Python 3. However, in this tutorial we will be using 3.65. Afterwards, we can check that the new installation is successful by typing Python 3 -v, and we can see that there is now two different versions of Python installed, and the next step would then be to install the latest version of the Python package manager. So we do that by typing Python 3 -m pip install blah 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 blah. You'll then see that the latest version is 18.1. Let us then create a folder that can hold our virtual environments. We do that by typing mkdir pyvn, and we then browse to the directory. Afterwards, we will need to install the Python package called virtualenv, and we do that using pip. So type pip 3 install virtualenv. The Python package manager will then install the latest version of virtualenv. To set up our first virtual environment, we will then be using the virtualenv package, and you invoke it by typing virtualenv and then defining the folder wherein you want to host the virtual environment, and in this case it's called py36venv. Inside this folder we will be having all the packages that's associated to that virtual environment. And so previously, when we installed virtualenv as a helping package, that package was installed with the operating system. What we can do now is that we can source the script that activates the Python environment, and we can then see that the default Python variable will default to Python 3.65. Once we deactivate the virtual environment, the default Python is then reverted back to the operating system, which is 2.7. Let's also create a virtual environment for Python 2.7. We do that by typing virtualenv, and then in this case we need to define where the binary for Python 2.7 is. So we invoke the -p flag, and so we have now two virtual environments. We can source the Python 2.7 environment by invoking the script called activate inside that virtual environment. By doing so, we've now separated the two virtual environments, and we can install any independent packages from the operating system into these virtual environments by simply sourcing the virtual environment and installing packages inside the virtual environment. In this example, we will install Jupyter, and we'll do that in the Python 3.65 virtual environment. Inside this virtual environment, you will have all of these packages installed, and again, it won't touch your operating system. And so when we invoke things inside this virtual environment, you have a good separation between your operating system and your virtual environment. Here you see the Jupyter notebooks are running, and it starts in the folder where you invoke your script. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video.